Hello ladies and gentlemen, here is another starter build for probably one of the most popular builds right now, and the one everybody's most curious about, the defense build. I don't know if this is going to have a place in PvP. I'm sure it is. I can see where it would. I could also see where you'd be very susceptible to death in certain situations if the other party plays you right. But it still is a decent build. We've had some fun with it. Now, I'll start off by saying the reason I'm down here in the target range instead of being or somewhere else to showcase the build in action is because there's going to be a video later on the most simple way to complete Clear Sky. You could do it faster than you can do Lexington, the way that my squad does it. And this build is essential for that part, and you will see that video. We will be posting that. We're just trying to get together. Hopefully tonight we'll be able to get together and be able to make the video and show you how this build can seriously help with that mission and make that mission very easy to accomplish. And the way that we do it, this build is essential in that part. So you'll be able to see gameplay of this build at another time. Yes, I do change my outfits quite frequently. I don't like the same outfit. Just as I said, I don't like using the same guns with various builds, and I don't like using the same skills or talents with builds. So just a little diversity even down to the clothing. Maybe it's my OCD. I don't know. But anyway, this is the defense build. Let's just go over real quick the defense build. Of course, you get protection from elites, ballistic shield health, and you can also use the SMG, but you lose all that crit hit chance when using the SMG with the shield active. So let's go over my weapons first. Now, this is a weapon that I am just dabbing into using. I ran this last night for a little bit with this weapon, and it did very well. It is a weapon I would never use with any other build but this one, and I will show you why. The DPS is low, I will give you that, but then again, your job here is to tank and put out damage as best you can, and I think with the combination of booster shot, the bonus from the shield, and the rate of fire of this gun particularly, it may be very well, it may work very well in PvP. We shall see at a later date. It worked very good PvE. However, there was another weapon that worked better, and I will show you that one as well. This one is modded specifically for how I thought would most benefit this particular gear set. We have destructive, for the enemy armor damage, both in players and in NPCs. We have responsive, because let's face it, you're not going to be, 100 yards back fighting with the shield. You're going to be right up close and personal. So responsive is a very good added bonus for this particular gear set. And then swift, just to help reload faster and keep the rounds going downrange. I thought that was a very good combination. I enjoy that combination, and I thought it would work very well with this particular gear set. I thought about putting Unforgiving in here, but in terms of the amount of PvE I have done with this build, my health is really never low enough to where Unforgiving would work very well. And then, of course, Fierce, Deadly, Vicious, all of that stuff is obsolete based on this build. The other weapon that I've been using too is the police UMP. Of course, I got Sustained, Brutal, and Ambusher. Ambusher's not really relevant to this, but I'm looking at the overall damage of this gun. Its rate of fire is very low, but it does do a massive amount of damage, especially with the booster shot and the shield itself. Excuse my phone, I'm a Star Wars fan. And then Sustained, killing a target, you know, just adds to your health. What I'd really like to have Predatory in there, but that wasn't an option for this particular weapon. And then while not using the shield, I used the tactical ACR. I completely disagree with this DPS number here. I don't understand it at all, because if I put the ACR on, I am getting 18,000 non-crit hits. The rate of fire, as you can see, is ridiculous. It's pinpoint right on. It does a great job as a weapon to use against NPCs, perhaps players, in lieu of the shield or while your shield is down. So we went over the weapon talents, and we went over the gear set talents. Now I am running Vigorous. Again, this is a starter build. My toughness, I'd like to have over 400,000. That's not feasible right now, but it's holding its own at 395 with the shield. So I really cannot complain. We have a Vigorous chest piece. The reason why I have the Vigorous chest piece is that I am using booster shot, trying to get the most heal as I can, along with the other added bonuses to booster shot in terms of assisting with damage and a little bit more armor added to the shield. So it's been working very well in the PvE format, and you will see that showcased in a video later. Of course, the specialized backpack, yes, I know it's getting repetitive, rolled for armor and firearms. The gloves, again, crit hit chance and all of that stuff does not matter with these guns. Of course, I went with SMG damage. Damage to elites, which does help. Crit hit chance, that's just there because I re-rolled this. I forget what I re-rolled it for, but I re-rolled, I think it was, I don't remember what it was, 4% health on kill or something like that, and I re-rolled SMG damage. The reason I kept the critical hit chance there was just to provide a little more assistance to the ACR that I use in case I'm not using the shield at that present moment in time. My holster, again, rolled for armor. Decent rolls across the board, not the greatest, but enough to get started, and that's what these builds are all about. Just a starter build to get people headed in the right direction, and for them to know that they do not need to have completely optimized gear to be able to continue to farm 1.5 for better loot. My knee pads rolled for stamina, decent roll on stamina, decent roll on the armors. Then I get the blind death resistance, bleed resistance, disrupt resistance, which helps because of course you're pretty much a sitting duck, you're very slow, so anything that you can get in those areas really do assist. Gives you some type of resistance to, you know, the flashbangs, bleed, or disrupt. My mask, I've got enemy armor damage on that, along with health and a very poorly rolled firearms roll, but again, it's the best gear set, or the best piece I could get in terms of a mask for this particular gear set. And again, it shows that you can still make something feasible with less than perfect gear. This one's a little bit higher in firearms, however, the overall armor is lower, so that's why I elected to utilize this one. Again, we went over my Vigorous chest piece. Everything is modded for ballistic shield health or ballistic shield damage resilience. Again, damage resilience there, and ballistic shield health there. So we're sitting with the ballistic shield. It's the strongest one that there is. You're getting a 5% damage increase. Not much, but it's something. Again, coupled with responsive, now it's 15%. And then when you hit that booster shot, it's even more. You got 19.50% damage resistance, and then of course the threat increase of 200,000. Now when I do post a Clear Sky video, please take note the threat increase of 200,000. That is the key, and that will come in very handy when you see the video on Clear Sky. So that is the build in essence. We will just put up some numbers here. I already used my ACR without the shield. We already used the SMG without the shield. Let's go ahead and add the shield, and we're sitting at 17,000. However, we do have a very high rate of RPM. You see that reload is not very long at all. Of course, it could be better, but it is not long at all. And we add booster shot to it. Now we're doing 20. Now we're doing 20 at an extremely high rate of speed. Now, if you want to, you can switch, like I said, to the other weapon that I've been using from a PvE format. Now I'm looking at 19.2k damage. However, it is a very slow rate of fire. I do not have Swift with it, but it does the trick as well. We're sitting at 20,000 damage consistently across the board to the target in question. You add the booster shot. Now you're sitting at 23. Again, the reload or the speed of it is very slow. Something else you can add, I also have a Navy MP5, doesn't have the best talents for this specific gear set. This has to be rolled a specific way, kind of like Deadeye used to have to be back in 1.3. This is also pretty good rolls for it though. Destructive, Unforgiven, and Responsive. I am not completely sold on which SMG I am going to use under what circumstances, but as you can see, we're looking at 18 at a high rate of fire as well. It climbs a little bit. Now we're at a booster shot, now we're sitting at 20. So it's the possibility of 3 weapons that I have. I just have to decide which one I like best in terms of user preference. Remember, you get no crit hits with this while the shield is active. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well. We use the shield all the time, or we use the shield occasionally and want to have a little bit of crit hit chance, crit hit damage. That is completely user preference. So that is the build. This is a very short video compared to the other ones, but it is fun to use, and it will have a place in PvE, and you will see that. I'm gonna have to answer my phone now. I don't know if it's people sending me invites and I'm not answering, or if it's the wife. For those that have wives, know that I gotta end this video rather quickly so that I do not get in trouble. So everyone have a good day, and look forward to the Clear Sky video, and we will show you this particular gear set in action. Thank you, and have a good day. Hope to see you in the dark zone.